On Sunday 18th, 2018, Tastytrade, the financial network founded by Tom Sosnoff, hosted the He Said, She Said show on the Granada Theater in downtown Dallas. In the show, 5 speakers from the company gave motivational speeches about making finance sound funny and interesting, with the purpose to teach people the benefits of self-managing their money. One related theme is free knowledge. Tastytrade gives people for free what other firms would charge high prices for. The show was completely free. And not only that, Tastytrade charges up to 10 times less than any other company. Also, they spent their whole day doing a free live podcast and answering people's questions. Now that is free knowledge. Another theme would be, if you can ride a bike, you can learn to trade. Tastytrade encourages people of all ages to take their financial education onto their own hands. A third theme would be, learn to stand alone. One of the main things that Tastytrade tries to do for people is to teach them how to think for themselves, not only while stock trading, but in any aspect of life. One speaker, Liz Deerking, gave a perfect life story example about this. She talked about how her father raised her to be self-sufficient and it stayed with her entire life. Now, she doesn't follow blindly and buy what everybody else is buying. She comes up with her own ideas and does her own thing. One related prompt could be, how can I plan ahead for my future? The He Said, She Said show is a perfect place to learn to plan ahead. The second prompt is, what is a good way to learn how to make choices for myself? While trading, you have to learn how to make decisions, and there is always risk involved. The He Said, She Said show provides a perfect opportunity to start learning. The third and final prompt is, how can I help with a financial education? All 5 of these speakers had plenty of help along the way to what they have become, and this is their way to give back. One such example is one of the speakers, Dr. Jim Schultz, who said he based his entire financial career on one man, Albert Einstein. He got inspired through one of Albert's stories, from which he had given tours and shows all over Europe. But at some point, he got tired, and he started talking to his driver, talking about how he was so tired and he just wished he could get some rest. And luckily for him, Albert's driver was very similar to him in both his looks, manner, and way of speaking. So the driver said to Einstein, I have heard you give this talk thousands of times. I can do this. So, a couple hours later, the driver goes in dressed as Albert, and Albert dressed as the driver, and the driver gives the talk, and he does it pretty well. He even answers some questions. But then, and you assume the guys in the back are not listening, but that's not always the case. One guy in the back, he asks a really hard question with lots of background knowledge. And, well, the driver does not know the answer, but he does not back down. He answers the question head on. He goes right up to the man and says, that question is so simple, I'm gonna let my driver in the back answer it for you. Dr. Schultz was deeply inspired by this, and now goes all around the country, teaching people how to trade, but also to never feel let down in a moment where they do not know the answer, because in truth, no one knows everything. Now, Tastytrade is great for doing all they do for other people, and I could go into a lot of details about prices, but this is not a commercial, or really a 5-minute report. Ta-da.